The Nintendo Switch 2 is set to release on June 5th, 2025, and like any other gamer, I'm buzzing with excitement. But beyond the thrill, I'm feeling incredibly inspired. That's why I've decided to embark on a creative journey, drawing all of my favorite Nintendo characters in a Switch 2 drawing series leading up to release day. Episode 2 will feature the adorable and courageous Kirby. Time to break out the video games and get inspired. As a kid, this was my first introduction to. I was about 8 to 10 years old when this came out, and at the time I thought he was a cool character in those games. But I never bothered to actually play any real Kirby games. Ironically, that all changed when I played the latest Smash game, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate delivers an unforgettable single-player adventure with World of Light, a journey of survival, redemption, and the ultimate showdown against cosmic forces. But at the heart of the saga stands one unlikely hero, Kirby, the sole survivor of Galeem's devastating assault. As you progress, you unlock other fighters to join the battle. It's a fun nod to Kirby's resilience and his Warp Star ability, which let him escape the initial destruction. In this epic journey, Kirby takes center stage, tasked with rescuing fallen fighters, defeating their corrupted copies, and building an army powerful enough to take down the looming darkness. But here's the kicker, this isn't even a Kirby game, yet somehow he feels like the star of the show. This was the moment everything changed for me. I started thinking, wait, maybe I was wrong about Kirby. I had always seen him as just that cute pink puffball, but World of Light completely flipped my perspective. For the first time, I caught myself saying, you know what? I need to check out some standalone Kirby games. And honestly, I wasn't prepared for how cool and fun the series actually is. That's why when Kirby and the Forgotten Land was released on the Nintendo Switch, I bought it day one and dove in. It was the first fully 3D mainline Kirby game, introducing mouthful mode and a post-apocalyptic world filled with mysteries. And I have to tell you guys, I love this game. My favorite aspects of the game were getting to not only use Kirby's different abilities, but also being able to upgrade them as the story progresses. I also enjoyed Waddle Dee Town. As you rescue Waddle Dees throughout the game, the town gradually expands, unlocking new shops, minigames, and helpful features. It serves as a central hub where Kirby can rest, upgrade abilities, and interact with various characters. Okay, so you guys get it. I've grown to appreciate Kirby. Now it's time to draw. At first glance, Kirby seems like the easiest character to draw. Just a big round puffball with stubby arms and feet, right? Well, not so fast. Start with that big circle, Kirby's iconic shape. From there, add oval-like forms for his legs and rounded oblong shapes for his arms. So far, so good. But here's where things get surprisingly tricky. Kirby is rarely drawn straight on. Instead, you usually see him at a 3/4 angle or side view, which gives him more depth and personality. That's where I hit my biggest challenge. I wanted to draw him from a front-facing angle, soaring through the sky on his legendary Warp Star. Why? Because this is my tribute to the upcoming Kirby Air Riders for the Nintendo Switch 2. So here's the challenge. I wanted to draw Kirby from a perfect, straight-on perspective, but I couldn't find the right reference. That's when inspiration struck. Who better to turn to than one of my favorite characters, Kid Goku? As a massive Dragon Ball fan, this was the first idea that popped into my head. Goku's expressive face combined with his iconic Nimbus Cloud gave me the perfect foundation to shape Kirby's pose. But here's where things get really fun. Stick around until the end of this video because I'll be showing Kirby riding a Nimbus Cloud after using his copy ability on Kid Goku. That's right, imagine Kirby with Goku's power soaring through the skies in true Saiyan style. If you love Dragon Ball, this is one crossover you do not want to miss. At this stage in the drawing, frustration started creeping in. Something about the Warp Star felt off, and even Kirby's face wasn't quite right. No matter how I adjusted the details, it just wasn't clicking. So, instead of forcing it, I hit pause and decided to take a trip back in time, exploring the classic Kirby games I missed when they first released. Kirby has a long history with Nintendo, dating back to 1992 when Kirby's Dream Land debuted on the Game Boy. Created by Masahiro Sakurai at HAL Laboratory, Kirby's simple yet innovative gameplay made him an instant hit. The Super Nintendo era was a golden age for gaming, and Kirby was right there, delivering some of the most unique and engaging experiences on the system. It offered games like this one, Kirby's Dream Course, a golf-inspired challenge, where players need to think strategically to navigate these courses. Now, if you want peak Kirby, Kirby Superstar is the game. Instead of just one adventure, this SNES classic packs 8 different game modes, each offering a fresh take on Kirby's abilities and gameplay. Some of the highlights include Spring Breeze, which is a remake of Kirby's Dream Land with updated mechanics, this Megaton Punch Champions minigame, and Dynablade, which gave me the chance to check out some of Kirby's awesome copy abilities. Sometimes the best way to improve a drawing isn't adding more details, it's stepping away from it completely. That's exactly what I did here. Taking a short break gave me the fresh perspective I needed, allowing me to reset, refocus, and come back stronger. Now that my mindset is back on track, it's time to jump back into the drawing. With fresh clarity, I took a step back and realized my warp star was way too flat. It wasn't capturing that high-speed, dynamic energy I wanted. Kirby isn't just floating in space, he's blasting through the skies, and I needed that perspective to reflect that. That's when I turned to Clip Studio Paint version 4, and luckily it had exactly what I needed, Puppet Warp. Puppet Warp in Clip Studio Paint version 4 is a game changer for adjusting poses and shapes without having to redraw anything. Think of it like bending a paper cutout, except digitally. Just be sure to set your anchor points so the drawing moves the way you want it to when you try to adjust. If you haven't tried this cool new feature out, I highly recommend it. With the newly adjusted Warp Star in place, Kirby is finally ready to hit insane speeds and take on the skies. The tweaks to perspective give the star a dynamic, high-energy feel, making it look like Kirby is racing through the air at full throttle, just as he will in Kirby Air Riders dropping on the Nintendo Switch 2 this year. Before we dive into the bonus content, I have to take a moment to shout out and give credit to an incredible artist, wesatinthecar, whose work has been inspiring me for a while. I've been following them on Instagram, and their recent Kirby x Goku x Piccolo mashup absolutely blew me away. The dynamic composition, the way they merged these two legendary franchises, it was the kind of piece that immediately sparked creativity, which inspired me to draw my own version. When I started planning out this mashup, the biggest challenge by far was the hair. Goku's iconic spikes are instantly recognizable, but they needed to look like they were rushing through the wind at high speeds without losing their signature shape. Too rigid and it wouldn't feel dynamic. Too loose and it wouldn't look like Goku. Striking that balance meant carefully adjusting angles, exaggerating the flow, and making sure the movement felt natural. It was all about capturing that high-energy Dragon Ball momentum while making it seamlessly fit with Kirby's style. After several tweaks, I finally found the sweet spot, a wind-swept, speed-fueled take on Goku's legendary hair that truly sells the motion. Wow, what a challenge. Then came the Nimbus Cloud, and honestly, this was pure fun to draw. Compared to the tricky perspective of the Warp Star, Nimbus felt effortless. Its soft, billowy shape naturally fit into the composition without much struggle. There's something about its classic swirling design that makes it instantly recognizable, carrying that nostalgic Dragon Ball energy. It's not just a mode of transportation, it's a symbol of adventure, freedom, and pure speed. And that's exactly the vibe I wanted to bring into this piece. Kirby soaring on the Nimbus is the perfect fusion of two legendary worlds, and getting this cloud just right felt like paying tribute to one of my favorite aspects of the Dragon Ball universe. And here it is, both finished versions of Kirby ready to soar. I had an absolute blast creating these, and I hope you're just as excited for the Nintendo Switch 2 and Kirby Air Riders as I am. The return of high-speed Kirby action has me hyped, and I want to hear from you. Which version of Kirby do you like best? Drop your pick in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. There's plenty more creative content coming your way. And if you haven't already, be sure to check out episode 1 of the Nintendo Switch 2 drawing series, where I bring Link from The Legend of Zelda to life in an epic illustration. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.